Hey guys, so real quick, I wanted to do an update video today to basically just tell you all like where I've been at with writing and everything, along with like upcoming projects. And I just felt like instead of just doing like a community post, I could just go ahead and like give a video out to you guys and just let you all know where I'm at. So first thing first, where am I at with the Rob Stark fanfiction? So I have actually finished up the entirety of the Rob Stark fanfiction. There are 3 parts to it, but I was debating on whether or not I should do 3 separate videos, one main video, and so forth. So instead, I decided to split up into 2 different videos. The first one, which will be the first one to come out, is going to be both the Battle of Ice and the Battle of Bastards, at least my first takes on them and how I think they would go within this story. And that's going to be like one video, just split into like 2 separate parts. And so far, that'll probably be like the longest Rob Stark fanfic video. Then the next one is going to be kind of like the epilogue ending of the Rob Stark fanfic, though I do plan on eventually one day doing a sequel. It's just for now I have to finish up other stories I've started writing and so forth. So it's best to at least bring somewhat of an end to the story. Next, for my Darth Maul fanfics, that is currently on the back burner. I still work full time outside of making videos, and having worked on the Rob Stark videos and a lot of other writing projects as well, that's basically just been put on the back burner, and that's gonna be on pause at least for like the next month or so. Hopefully, I can start back up in March. When spring kicks in. For the Shane Lives Walking Dead fanfics, I have written the second part. I have not started editing or recording yet, but the one I basically had to restart that. There were parts that I wanted to change for the story to go where I want it to go, so I have rewritten it, and so I'm gonna have to do a new recording of it, and then I'll edit the video. I plan on releasing that either the same time as the Rob Stark finale or the next day afterwards. I plan on having like a schedule like right here pop up in this video to kind of like give you all an idea of like when things are going to come out. So by the time this goes up, I'll have like a more concrete schedule of when each video will be released. And then next up, so the Dragon Ball timeline video. It's a essay style video. It's my first essay video, like in like a true essay format, and not really like a review or just like a talk or whatever. But it is going to be going over what is and isn't canon in the Dragon Ball timeline, all the way from Dragon Ball to superheroes, the Xenoverse, all that stuff. Like which universe each one takes place in, like each timeline, and what is considered canon, what isn't considered canon, and how everything shapes up and works. It has been a challenge. Dragon Ball is not very cohesive or coherent with how it presents its timelines and universes and alternate realities. They're almost considered the same thing, but they're also considered at the exact same time different. So that's been a challenge. I think right now I'm at 13 different timelines that intersect with one another. So yeah, it's been a challenge. Although I'm getting close to it done. The writing is done. The script is done. It's now putting that video together. And I want it to be very polished. I've had some takes, some recordings now. Just trying my best to get essentially what would be my first essay video out done in a really, not necessarily perfect manner, but best I can produce type manner. And so I look forward to being able to update you guys on that. I think I might have just an update video eventually dedicated to that. And so I'll be happy to share that with you guys. Next, so I wanted to also announce that I have been reading a shit ton lately. In the span of just January, I've read the 5 main books of the Court of Thorns series. And wow, I didn't think I would be into it as much as I was. I was surprised. Suzu J. Moss, she's a great author, great writer, and I could tell as each book came out, her writing got better. And while there are some hiccups and some gripes, I decided I wanted to do reviews on the books. And I think what I plan on doing is basically a quick, 5-6 minute review of each book. And I've already started working on the scripts for that, and I plan on, recording and everything here within the next week or so. But yeah, I plan basically throughout the month to do quick reviews on each book. And essentially, with how I plan on those videos coming out, I think I'm going to break up each video as well and start doing a book talk. People I talk to about the books, who have read the books, or just in general, just like friends, family, and anybody else I know who's read the books, they seem to really like my takes. Apparently, I get things not wrong, but the way I just rehash the scenarios to them, they're like, oh yeah, do book talk. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I mean, the fact that you guys, watch my videos, follow me, subscribe to me, it's enough for me to see, hey, maybe I can do this in a very fun, presentable way. So yeah, I plan on bringing that to you. I'll probably leave like a link somewhere around here of like the TikTok account that I'll start up, which it's crazy because I don't do TikTok, not a fan of it, but if it means more ways I can reach you guys and really just share the things that I am going through and everything, then yeah, I'm happy to do it. All right, any other thing? Yes. One last announcement. So, with all my writing projects going on, video projects and so forth, I have been really inspired as of late. I went back to some old writing projects, and I reread them after I was done reading the Court of Thorns series, and I looked at my progression of writing. And I saw how I've gone from it's all right to much better over time. My scripts for the fanfics are much different than what I consider my novel writing or book writing and what forth. And I would say I have reached a point where I am confident and comfortable enough to write a cohesive, structured book. Now, I have written a book before, technically twice. Well, no, scratch that. Technically 3 times I've written a book. Each one better than the last, but, self-published, Amazon, KDP stuff. And they did all right. I mean, it wasn't nothing to write home about. I did really well for the free book publishing thing that they did, where, you earn money based off how much people actually read instead of just outright for the book itself. And that's where most of the income came from that. And that was probably 2019 was the last time I had done something like that. Since then, my writing has doubled, if not tripled, since the last time. And I have really honed my craft. I'm really proud of what I'm able to produce now. And I decided that I'm going to start writing my own book. Especially after a comment on one of my first videos. It was really funny. I'll just post it here. But it was basically just with all this writing, why don't you write a book? And you know what? He's right. Fuck it. Why don't I write a book? So that's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to write a book. I have 2 things I wanted to do. The first one is I want to pick back up on an old story I was writing. It is a science fiction, cyberpunk type story. I started writing it back when Cyberpunk first came out. I was really into that game. Loved it. And I had started writing my own cyberpunk novel. It had nothing to do with the cyberpunk world itself. It's just that tone, the aesthetic, that vibe. And I really want to go back and try and finish that book. I'm going to go back, re-edit, put everything back together, and start working on that. I don't know how long it will be, but I am going to post update videos along with character concepts and stuff for you guys on here. So I'm looking forward to that. And the other one is I want to do fantasy crossed with horror. And that's because I love fantasy. I love Lord of the Rings. best movie trilogy. I loved The Court of Thorns. There was a lot of smut, like a lot. Silver Flame, it's a fucking porno mag, but it was a great book written nonetheless. Good job. Loved that. Chronicles of Narnia, that was really big for me growing up. Aragon, with the dragons, that's good. I'm starting Fourth Wing. I love fantasy, and to be able to write fantasy would be amazing. So I'm starting world building. But I'm also a huge horror movie fan. I love the horror genre. I love everything horror. The movies, the music, the books, Stephen King, Goosebumps, all of that. And I think it would just be so amazing to have such an amazing fantasy world, but to write the book as if it's like a horror, like thriller book, like really get into the nitty and gritty of it and really just leave the reader feeling like not just enthralled and enamored by the magical world, but also uneasy and just fully like on edge of like their seats as they read. Now, that's going to be really hard. I'm going to have to focus a lot onto that because writing horror is a challenge because without music, without imagery, you have to use just your level of writing to induce fear into the reader. And so, looking back at old works, and I'm rewatching a lot of like classic horror films to see how they write and shoot their scenes, and I'm trying to be able to mimic or learn from that style of writing and editing and see if I can't put that into words and bring you just a really nice story. Now, I do already have a title for the fantasy book. It's going to be called Ashes and Hollows. If I have a image for you of the one I use for the cover, I'll put it here. If not, I'm going to use a stand-in of... Let's fuck it. Let's go with Dobby. I'll go with an image of Dobby, and I'll leave that there for you guys to be like, oh, that's what he means. Yeah. So I'll be working on that. I've been working on some rough drafts and free writes for just like random scenes and everything. I'm going to see what I can do and come up with. But yeah, outside of making videos, my main goal is to focus on my horror fantasy novel. That's the main one. And then, yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm going to try and do that for you guys and bring you that. So just a quick rehash. We have the Battle of Ice and Bastards. All right, it's going to be the first video. I plan on having it out. Hopefully, this video will go up Friday the 2nd. So hopefully Saturday the 3rd, either in the morning or in the afternoon, that will launch. And then I will have that next Saturday, I think maybe, depending on when I'm able to get some stuff done, we'll have the Shane video come out and probably the last part of the Rob Stark. Then after that, the next video I will release will be the Dragon Ball video. And then, yeah, I'll have another update video probably coming out here in the next week or two, letting you guys know what upcoming writing projects I have got going on, like what fanfic videos you can look forward to, and essentially just whatever else I have in stored. But yeah, I hope you guys, like this video. If you guys want more, just like update videos, keeping you guys involved, just let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, give me a subscribe if you see this and you're not yet. I appreciate all of you. This has been fucking amazing. We went from January 1st at midnight having 100 subscribers to now February 1st at 240, which is fucking awesome. Like, that's more than the jump I had from December. And it just makes me want to keep doing this. Like I said, sorry things have been wild. I got a full-time job outside of this. I got a life going on, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. I am. It's just taking a little bit longer for some stuff to come out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you later. Peace.
rhyme, so I stick to the art. Oh my god, I'm ultraman, cash your bag, running through dead zone, hope it don't crash. Tennis all, motherfucker, bring it up fast. Be alarmed, I'ma hold what I can and then dash. Fuck y'all got another planet on stash. Far from the fact that the flames of our trash, that is not still, it is ash. And you gotta know the